Hey everyone, happy Thursday. So, did it just suddenly dawn on anyone else that we're halfway through this year? Because, like last week, I realized it's almost July, which really it's not. We have, a week and a half, almost 2 weeks until July. But I realized that I haven't started planning for my third quarter goals yet. So I wanted to take the time to actually talk you guys through planning your goals, um, because I think it's really important to have shorter term goals that build up to your big picture goals. So your big picture goals should be 6 months to a year or more, of course. Um, and for me, this is something that I do in like the end of November, early December. I start planning my goals for the following year. Um, I actually write everything down on post-it notes, just everything that I think I want to accomplish the following year. And then I organize them into how I want to accomplish them. So, for example, I have right here 3 one-on-one clients per month, and then I actually put a little Q3 right on here so that I know exactly when I'm planning on doing this. And then when Q3 or whatever quarter approaches, I can look at these post-it notes and say, okay, this is what I need to plan for the next 3 months. So the reason why I like doing this in 3 month increments is because I think it's a lot easier to control um, exactly what you're going to be working on. You probably have a better idea of the plans that are coming up in the next 3 months. And you can also more easily switch things around if anything new does pop up. So, another thing that I love using is a planner. I can't say that I'm always really good at putting stuff in the planner, but I always start a quarter with a planner. And this one's awesome. It's super cute. I just got it on Amazon, but it has things in it that are exactly how I plan my goals. Um, and it is for just 3 months. So it's a great tool to start with, to write everything down. And then if you use something like Asana, you can just go through this and put everything into Asana to keep track of. So, what we're going to talk about today are setting your top 3 to 5 goals for the next 3 months. You can have more or less. I'm just generalizing for the top 3 to 5. I wouldn't really recommend having more than 5 or 6. I think you might stretch yourself a little thin because these are the big goals that you want to achieve. We will break those down. Um, and then we will break those down into smaller, more achievable steps for each goal. And then we're going to go over what habits you want to learn or unlearn to be really successful. And then your quarterly affirmations. And finally, we'll actually go through the planning process for each month, week, and day to achieve your top goals. So, like I said, the first thing you really need to start this is your big picture goal. So, what is it for the next year or by the end of this year that you want to achieve? Your top goals need to align with that in order to achieve the big picture goal, right? So, when setting your 3 month goals, make sure, like I said, that they're aligned with that goal. And then also make sure that they're achievable. You don't want to say that I want to work with 10 clients per week. Do you actually have the time to do that? And more importantly, do you have the energy to keep up with 10 clients per week? So, I'm going to give you an example of 5 goals that you would potentially set. And these are book 3 one-to-one clients per week, launch a coaching package, grow your audience, create your lead magnet, and maybe get some guest spots in a Facebook group or on podcasts. So, the steps that you're going to take to achieve each goal, you look at each goal that you have and think about what steps you will need to take in order to reach that, right? So, you need to make these actionable, specific, and remember the how to part of it. You don't want to just say, I'm going to do this. You have to actually think about what it will take to achieve that goal. So, for example, if you want to get guest spots on someone's podcast, you need to reach out to those people, right? So your action steps would be, first, you probably want to make a list of the coaches or whoever that you want to work with, and then start building the relationship with them. So you're going to be reaching out to them, commenting on their posts, or even DMing them, things like that. And then you'll want to maybe invite them to view videos that you've already done, and then ask if there's an opportunity to either maybe do a masterclass or collaborate with them in some way. Um, so the habits that you want to learn or unlearn, think of these as skills or a routine that you want to implement to achieve your goals. So think back to this past quarter. What did you struggle with the most? Or even the last month, what did you struggle with? And then what small daily changes can you make going forward in order to achieve your goals? And I just want to say one thing about habits. We usually think of habits as something that are negative, and the actual definition is something that is hard to quit, right? So I want you to think of a habit as something that is hard to quit, but that you don't want to quit. You actually want to implement this so that it makes you better every single day. So for example, I meditate every day, but I wouldn't call this a routine. I actually hate the word routine. I don't like to be told what to do. I don't like to have to do things at specific times every day. I'm just kind of I don't know, I guess I'm impulsive throughout the day. I have a list of things to do, but no particular order every time. So I would say that I have a habit of meditating, but I am not in the routine. And that is just my little soapbox moment for you. Okay, so for your quarterly affirmation, look back at your top goals that you chose and see if you can find a theme of these goals. So the goals that I mentioned before, booking 3 clients per week, launching a coaching package, growing your audience, um, creating lead magnet, and doing guest spots, the theme that they all have is connection, right? So maybe your affirmations could be, I create the kind of atmosphere where a true connection can be made, or my energy attracts successful clients. I'm ready to manifest amazing business opportunities. My creativity and unique perspective make others want to work with me. So the goal here is to have something kind of general that you're focusing on for the 3 months that is a theme over all of your goals. Okay, so now let's talk about how to plan out each month, week, and day. So the first thing you're going to do is determine how long each action step will take and add them up to see how long it will take to achieve the goal. So let's take a lead magnet, for example. I'm sorry, my voice sounds like this. I have really bad allergies today. So in creating your lead magnet, the steps you might take are market research to find out what the actual problem is, and then brainstorming how you're going to solve that problem and how that would be implemented through a lead magnet. And then you'd want to outline the lead magnet. You're going to have to design it, and then you will probably come up with a promotional plan in order to launch it, right? So market research could take 5 days or so. Brainstorming, maybe 2 days. Outlining, 1 day. Design could take 2 days. And then your promo plan might take a day. That means that creating your lead magnet takes a total of 12 days, right? So when you do this for each of these, you know exactly how long each goal is going to take in order to achieve it. And then you can better plan it out on your calendar. And then once you know exactly how long each goal is going to take, think about the dependencies. So a dependency is what has to be done before the next thing can start. So you might not want to start trying to get clients until you have a lead magnet, or you can't really grow your audience for social unless you start doing Facebook Lives, things like that. So the order that I would put this in is growing your audience, then the lead magnet, um, and then your one-to-one clients, followed by the guest spot, and then your coaching package. And then after that, you need to choose your deadlines. So if you want to, say you want to start growing your audience right away, your first deadline would be Facebook Lives, and that could just start right away. But then you put those on your calendar to go weekly. If you want to have 3 one-to-one clients by the end of the quarter, then that can go, maybe at the end of August. You would want that to start. So you're just choosing a date, and then from there, you're actually going to take what you chose for how many days it will take to achieve that goal and work backwards. So if we're talking about the lead magnet again, you know how many days that it's going to take. So if you want to launch your lead magnet on, let's say, July 13th, then your promo plan needs to be done the day before, which is July 12th. Designed by July 10th, the outline by July 8th, your brainstorming would need to be done by July 7th, and your market research by July 5th. So now you know that you need to kick this off by July 1st, right? So then what you're going to do is go into your calendar and actually write these things in. So then this is just on your monthly calendar, right? When you get to your week, then you know, okay, these are the things I need to do this week, and then you can start filling in your days. For each day, I think it's really important to write down the goal that you're trying to achieve. So just at the top of your to-do list, you can write exactly what these tasks align to, just to keep it at the forefront of your mind. And then you're going to write down the goal. Then you're going to align your daily schedules with your action steps. And then I also like to do weekly or daily affirmations. So these affirmations actually become a lot more specific than the quarterly ones. Things like, I provide so much value in my free content that my clients can't wait to pay to work with me. Or I have successful clients because they love my unique approach to solving their problems. So when you are planning out your weeks, you can do that in advance with maybe your monthly schedule. I wouldn't plan out your weeks completely for the full 3 months because things change, right? And then for the days, I would do that a week in advance. So maybe, the previous Friday, you reflect back on what you've done that week. You see maybe what's still left to do or what you can move on to, and then you start planning the following week. So I want you to remember, prioritize, reflect, and make sure to schedule downtime. Because if you are just work, work, work all the time, there's no way that you can be on all the time, right? So you're going to need to schedule in that self-care and that downtime so that you can always be good to go. So the other thing I wanted to mention is that I had initially planned on doing this with slides, of course. Facebook, you can either go live like this or you can share your screen. There's no in between there. And when I tried to share my screen, of course, it wouldn't connect. So I am thinking about doing this as a masterclass. So let me know if that's something that you're interested in. We can maybe do something on Zoom, and then we can get really clear on more specifically how I plan things out. I can even show you how I put things into Asana and build out projects. And we can talk about your goals and how you can get more specific on the action steps. So let me know if you have any questions. Say hi if you're catching the replay, and I'll talk to you later.